right? Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Adara Ogechubu. So today we're going to be answering all your relationship questions. A lot of you have asked me questions on this channel about several things I've talked about. So today we're going to answer all your questions. I have two amazing people with me today. They're going to be answering your questions. First of all, they're going to introduce themselves. And we're live. If you have any question for us, you can throw it up and we're going to answer you. So I'll allow them to introduce themselves. So, over to you guys.
Hi, my name is Edith Irene.
My name is Mr. Fred Kirby.
Okay, so we're going to dive right into the questions. Now we have 8 questions, right? So we have 8 questions, 8 hot questions, and the 2 of them are going to be answering our questions. So we're going to start from Mr. Fred. Okay, so okay, so the first question we're going to ask Mr. Fred is, how will you define a godly man / a godly woman? So answer us. How will you define?
Because God is somebody that is kind, God is gentle, God is patient, and so on. So somebody that is really godly is someone that is like God. If that person is kind, the person is generous, the person is patient, and I think that person is a godly person or woman. I think that's my own personal opinion.
Are you serious? If a person is like God. Okay, sorry. I didn't know somebody can be like God. So let's hear from Miss Edith.
Okay, thank you very much. I think a godly person is, first of all, a lover of God. In summary, I think the person is a Christian, a true Christian. The person has moral stamina, has values, virtues. In a compromising situation, the person remains. He or she has moral integrity, and the person is a Christian, basically. So that's what I think.
Okay. So I hope you learned a thing or two from what they answered. So what I learned from what she said is a godly person is somebody that has a moral stamina, and that's a very strong point. So we're going to dive right into the second one. If you have questions for us, you have questions for them, you can ask us. Like, we are free to answer you. They are here to smash all your questions, I'm telling you. So the second one is, I don't know what this one is. Okay, the second one is there a word is there a word as too fast in Christian dating? Yes, so we're going to start from Miss Edith. Is there a word as too fast in Christian dating?
Okay, wow. I think there is no such thing in a godly relationship. I say this because if these people are ready for marriage, if they're ready to get into a committed relationship, you know what you want to do. You're serious with life. There's no playing around with the person's feelings or the person's heart. So that's why they say, they always advise courtship should be something of like 3 months at most. There's no wasting time. There's no need to waste time. So I don't think there's anything that's too fast in a godly relationship, because God is already your standard and you guys already know what you want. You already know what you're getting yourself into. So no, I don't think there's anything that's too fast.
Okay, so that's her own opinion, but I'll say something about that. Mr. Fred, can you say something about that?
Okay, I think it can be too fast. Yes, even though both of you are Christians and you are in Christ, you give your life to Christ, because time is a revealer of many things. Because some people just want to start, and when two people you meet yourself for the first time, it can be, it is shock now. It is shock now. So I think sometimes it can be too fast. You maybe give a little bit of time for both of you to study yourself, because before you jump into the actual marriage, you have to know your flaws. You have to know this person's strength, his flaws, and that. So I think it can be too fast. At the same time, you shouldn't drag on for too long. But then I think, in my opinion, it can be too fast sometimes.
Okay. Well, can be too fast. Well, okay, this question just came up right now. When do you think is the ideal time for you to date a person? Like, because she just mentioned 3 months, and I'm like, 3 months is too small. So when do you think is the ideal time you can date a person before you say, okay, we are ready to get married? Yeah, Miss Edith, answer please.
Wow. I think I don't think there is any specified avoid.
But I feel that 6 months is an ideal time to know a person. You see, the thing about these things are learn the person's character, learn flaws, and learn like whatever it is, like whatever it is. But I feel that because just like you said, like there are a lot of temptations. If you love somebody and it's shocking the two of you, oh my god, a lot of things can happen. Like, you know, this kind of thing, you visit the person, the person will visit you, you visit the person will visit you, and you know anything can happen. So 3 months is okay, 6 months is okay. Just like you said, depending on the person you are with. If you guys are ready in 3 months, fine. If you guys are ready in 6 months, fine. But the whole truth is that my pastor will always tell me that time reveals all things. If you give something time, it will actually show whether it is good or it is bad. So let's not waste much time. Thank you for your answers. Like I'm so loving this. Okay, so the third question is, do you feel Facebook and Instagram is ruining relationships? Now, like, this question has so many facets, so we're going to be breaking it down like in pieces. Okay, so Fred, you'll be answering this question. Do you feel Facebook and Instagram is ruining relationships?
Okay, do I feel it Facebook or social media in general?
Yes.
My own opinion is that I think it's a yes and no answer. It's a yes and no answer. I don't think you should build social media as a backbone of your relationship. I don't think so. Or I think it can help. For instance, you meet somebody, you guys are in the same city, maybe you meet in Yenegua, you guys get close, maybe the other person relocates to another place, then you can use social media to maybe bridge a gap. But not that you want to start something fresh. It's Facebook, you go to Facebook, you see this person, hey, this person is pretty, you like the person. Because social media, there's a facade there. Everybody is kind, everybody is nice, everybody is pretty, everybody is handsome. So I think it's a yes and no answer, but I don't think it should be the backbone. Social media should be the backbone of any relationship whatsoever. You can start it physically because the best is face to face. Even face to face, but social media should not be the backbone of any relationship. That is my own personal opinion.
Okay, so that's a very nice answer. So we're going to hear from Miss Edith. We're going to hear her own opinion about this.
Okay, if I understand the question, you asked if it's ruining relationship.
Yes.
Is it in the sense of counseling people get online? Because if that's how I understand it, I think okay, I have some friends that are in a relationship and they go to where they have issues in their relationship. They quickly go to Facebook or they see somebody upload something about relationship. If your guy does this, if your girlfriend does this, then break up with him or her. And you see this person taking that counsel from social media to their relationship, and it just is messed up. If you're getting into a relationship, a godly relationship, which is what everybody should aim for, social media should not be our standard. It should not be the foundation, because there are a lot of crazy people and mixed multitudes on the internet. So different people and their ideologies about life. So if we keep feeding ourselves with those things, then it's definitely a relationship.
Okay. Very quickly, I want to ask, like, a lot of people meet people online. I've seen people, some of my friends met their friends or their boyfriends or girlfriends on Facebook. Do you think that is a nice way of starting a relationship?
I don't know. I don't want to be so stiff about or close-minded about.
A popular celebrity that we all know, her name is Red. She said she met her husband through social media on Instagram. Like, they met on Instagram and they are married but they're divorced now. Like it can be 100% for a lot of people and it can be 0% for a lot of people. So like it's something you should watch. I feel like you should just watch out. Like social media, just like you said, is a facade. So if you're out there and you feel like going on internet to look for, because I don't know whether you receive such things, 5016, they will tell you, hi, I'm this from this, can we meet up, all those kind of things. I don't know, like I've seen all those kind of things. I'm like, okay, so we can start a relationship. I don't understand. So so we're going to go to the next question. We'll start from Miss Edith now. So the fourth question is, how do you think mentorship will help in solving a lot of relationship issues with the singles? Like, how do you think mentorship will help solving a lot of problems, especially with the singles? Yes.
Okay, I think getting counsel from somebody that has gone through an experienced relationship is always the best. Personally, I've had challenges with relationships when I try to do it alone, when I try to do it on my own. I get more headaches and more confused because nobody knows my business, nobody knows my story. But then when I bring somebody in, when I bring somebody that I can trust, somebody that has been through this, somebody that has walked a mile in these shoes of mine, it's so easy. It takes the weight off. It's everything. The burden is lighter, and you see that you won't make certain mistakes as singles make in a relationship. It's easier for you. It's easier for you. It's easier. I think it's really easier. That's basically it.
Okay, that's a very nice one. So can you help us?
Okay, so my opinion is that mentorship in any area of life, whether in business, politics, relationships, you need mentorship. You need mentorship because the person that is mentoring has experience. So that person has gone through what you've gone through. So if you have a mentor, for instance, you're a single person and you want to get married, I think you should someone needs to mentor someone that is already married, that has a successful marriage. And I'm stressing successful marriage because some people give advice when they don't even know what they're advising. So someone that has a successful marriage, at least for a good number of years, the person should mentor you so that there are certain pitfalls so that you don't make, because I think after giving your life to Christ, the next most important thing is your life partner. So for me, mentorship is the most for singles. You need a mentor, someone that has a successful marriage to mentor you so that you don't make mistakes, so that you can make the right choice.
Wow, that's a very, very, very lovely answer. I love that. Okay, so there's something that there's a video on my channel. I titled it signs that he's not the one. Now the last point is I said the last point is he or she does not have anybody he's answerable to. Now a lot of ladies are in relationships and the guys they're in relationships with, like they are not answerable to anybody. Like you can't really see one person that the person is answerable to. I don't know. I think I want you guys to stress on that because I've had interactions with a lot of young people and they will tell you he goes to church and I'm like, okay, is he answerable to somebody? And they'll be like, no. Like a lot of young people feel that it's just okay to marry somebody that is not answerable to anybody. So I would actually want you to stress more on that point. Let's start with Mr. Fred.
Okay, thank you. Marry a man that is answerable to somebody, especially to a pastor, a man, or somebody that he looks up to. Don't marry any man that he does whatever he likes. Nobody can call him to order. Marry a man that is responsible and answerable to somebody, to a higher authority, so that when something goes wrong, you can go and report that man to that authority figure. Because if not, the man, sometimes people are not perfect, they might want to misbehave, but when you report him to somebody that you respect and fears, that person can call him to order. But if you marry a man, he's on his own, he's an island, he does whatever he likes, you have a lot of headache in your life. So marry somebody, if not, you might have it's for your own good to marry somebody that is answerable to another person.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so Mr. Fred, are you saying this because you're now born again? So like seriously, okay, let's say some 6 years ago, will you be saying this?
I would not be saying this.
Okay, so what taught you this part?
Well, what I learned it in church. I attended an amazing church, Dominion City. I learned it in church. In church, we were taught that we should marry people that are answerable. Either way, even a woman, marry a woman that is answerable to another woman that you respect, that is mentoring her. So it's both ways, not just men, for the women also. So young singles, men, guys, if you want to marry a lady that is answerable to another lady of higher authority. So well, but I'm a changed man, I'm not born again now, so I learned it in church anyway.
Okay, so that's very nice one. I love that it's coming from Fred. Okay, so I want Edie to talk about this.
It's okay. I think he has said basically it's definitely marry somebody that answers to someone. I also think it even works with a man that's not even born again. You notice that even in this relationship, see a man that respects, maybe for instance his God so much, it even saves you in marriage. So it's whether you're a Christian or whatever. Yes, it works. But in the case where the man does not fear anybody, he can hit you, he can slap you, and nobody will do anything to me. He's not afraid of his dad, he does not have respect for his pastor or his boss or whatever. Anything goes in that relation, in that marriage, and we don't want that, definitely. So of course it's very, very safe to marry somebody that answers to another person.
Yes, like I wanted to even thank God, like you said something about this. Like I don't know, must it be your pastor?
No.
Like, because I know a lot of people will be saying, must he be my pastor? Like, what if I don't like my pastor? Do you understand?
Yeah.
Like, what must he be my pastor? So what do you have to say to such persons?
I think it's advisable to be your pastor. But if you also have, the person should have moral standards.
Okay.
Yes, you should have moral standards. Somebody that has virtues. That's why the first question, I like the first question. The person should be godly. So it shouldn't be stereotyped, my pastor, and all that. But the person you should be going to is somebody that whose person's head should be there. So that's it.
Okay. So we're going to be answering the fifth question. I hope you guys are enjoying our live show. So the fifth question is, should I date? This one is dicey. I'm going to ask Fred.
Why me?
Should I date a godly girl I don't find attractive? Should I date a godly girl I don't find attractive? Fred is going to help us with that one. Yes. So Fred, you can answer.
Okay, the question: should I date a godly girl I don't find attractive?
Yes.
My personal opinion is that I think you should marry somebody that you're attracted to. Spirituality does not cancel sexuality. That's my opinion anyway. You don't marry somebody out of pity. The person is your friend, she's a lady. Don't marry her because she's aging. No. Marry somebody that you are attracted to. Like my pastor would say, marry somebody that shocks you. Marry somebody. Don't marry somebody just because you feel obligated to marry the person, because marriage is actually someone that has spiritual someone, because the lady she has, for men, men we like the curves and the shapes and the everything, but there's a balance. So marry somebody you are attracted to physically, intellectually, spiritually, and otherwise.
When you say physically, can you find everything in one person? Like,
the truth is that you can't. That is why you can't. At the same time, you can't get perfect because nobody is perfect. But there are some things. Maybe you have a check. The person must have certain qualities. As a person, you know what you're looking for now. You can't just go for when you want to get married. It's not just anything. No. You have certain qualities that you are looking out for. The checklist, maybe the person must be godly. For us, that person out there, but at least the person must have certain qualities. Then from there, you guys start with that kick off.
Okay.
My own personal opinion.
I don't really. Okay, so I don't know. Okay, just help us. Let's hear what you have to say.
Okay, for the question, I think my answer when I think about it, the first answer that comes to mind is hell no. Don't marry somebody that is godly but is not attractive. It's not enough for the person to be spiritual. It's not enough for the person to pray in the Holy Ghost and do all of that. It's good, very good. It's coming handy. But then that's not what's going to be happening when you get married. It's not going to be praying in the Holy Ghost every day when you're talking to you. You want to see something that sustains your relationship, something that at least you should be proud of the person that you're showcasing to the world. So it's not the situation where the strength the person has just be spiritual. Personally, I have, like you said, I have a checklist. I would want, yes, definitely the person I'll get married to be spiritual, to be a Christian, fear God. That way he's going to love me the way God loves us and all that. It's good, but then the person has to be handsome. The person has to be romantic. It has to be, we have to be intellectually compatible. Everything, I shouldn't be sitting with you and talking and it's not, so we're not on the same scale. So everything has to be, those are things I have to check out for. I've seen a lot of guys that are good, they are spiritual, but they don't meet up to those standards. So I won't now, I'm not in a haste. So nobody should force me because it's not the person, it's not the person. If you're not so attracted to the person, if you're not attracted to the person, no. There's no sentiment about it.
Okay. You guys, okay. And I feel that if somebody is godly, like I don't understand. Like I feel that if somebody is godly, you can't be with the person. Like if God not like God is perfect
I don't
now.
agree.
No. Like seriously, I used to feel that if this person has God, like you should just get especially the men. Like I feel that men, when you see a lady that, okay, I know that I know that men, they love vain things. Like okay, she has
That's to be a balance.
yes, so because I just feel that okay, just like you said, there should be a balance. There should be a balance. I've seen, like, I have a friend that the only thing he talks about, I've never heard him, like, he's a Christian, no. Like, I've never heard him say, like, the lady should be godly. All I hear is she should have long legs, fat legs. I don't understand. Like, I'm like, is it fat legs you're going to eat tomorrow?
There's no balance at that level now. Just looking at the physical, the container. What about the content?
Inside.
That's a strong one. Content.
Yes, both of them. That's what I think.
But what if the container is like this?
And also, you also asked if you can find everything in one person. I think you can.
Yes,
I think the person might not be perfect. I've actually seen people like that meet my checklist, that meets, okay, this person, this is just for me to go and go to God in prayer. But definitely the person would have 1 or 2 flaws here and there.
After the questions, I think they'll just give us 1 or 2 tips about they're still going to answer personal questions because this one is general personal. You don't understand. Okay, so the 6th one is, should my church help me to get married? Should my church help me to get married? So, Mr. Fred, help us.
Okay, you say the question is, should my church help me to get married?
Yes.
What do you mean help? You mean to pick a wife? I don't question is a little bit married. I wanted to.
Yeah, like a lot of people say that they need they want to meet their spouses in church, or how do I even say this? Or their pastors should recommend somebody for them.
Okay. I get your question now. I think from in my own perspective, I don't think the church should point XYZ, say you married XYZ, but I think rather the church should create platforms, as in principles, teach the young believers that are yet to be married the principles of choosing a life partner. Those principles, and not pick this person, because if you teach them the principles, those are really like what will guide them. If you teach them the principles to choose a life partner, I think that's better than saying you marry a, because even though you marry a very perfect person, the man he's handsome, he's spiritual, he's kind. He still has flaws. People might say have challenges. Then what do? Do you now say, no, he's a pastor that said you marry X, Y, Z? No. I think rather the church will teach the people, teach the young believer that yet to be married on the principles of choosing a life partner. Because like I said earlier, after giving your life to Christ, the next most important decision, I think, is your spouse. Probably followed by next by your career. So I think the church will teach people and the principles of choosing the life partner. That's my point.
Okay, so we're going to ask Miss Edith her own opinion.
Okay, the church or your pastor or even your father or your mother, nobody should choose a life partner for you. Why? Because you're going to live with that person alone. They're not going to be in the house with you. They're not going to see the person's flaws that you cannot put up with. So nobody should choose. The church should not choose. What the church can do, what the pastor can do to narrow it down, is to maybe suggest, okay, I've seen this person, I think she has great qualities and all that. I don't know, you can, no true pastor, no true, nobody that understands these things would actually choose for you. They will just point you here and there. But it's still your decision to make. Can I live with this person for the rest of my life? Can I stand this? Can I stand that? It's just it's you. So you should not be pushed into marrying somebody that you do not want to. If you look at it and you say you can't live with this person, then you cannot live with the person. So don't choose somebody just because you want to please your pastor or please your church or please the people that are recommending for you. No, it's between you and your partner. So you have to be deliberate about your life.
Okay, but I've heard a lot of people that said my pastor chose for me and I'm married to person. Like and it's working. I've seen a lot of people. So
definitely there are exceptional cases.
Exceptional cases, but what we are saying, I don't think it should impose.
Yes.
It's the choice will still be yours to make. The pastor can recommend you really want to make the decision. It lies with you.
Okay. Okay, so the sixth question. Okay, I'm on the live chat. I'm seeing somebody saying, don't date a godly girl you aren't attracted to. Rather, find a godly girl you are attracted to. Okay, so that's a very nice one. And okay, she also said you can't find everything in one person. However, you have a value system that you follow. And also, she said mine is intellectual, spiritual, and physical, just like Edith said. So that's a very nice one. So keep your questions coming. So the seventh one said, should my boyfriend lead? Should a boyfriend lead his girlfriend? This is a very sensitive question because my little girl just asked me that question, and I've seen it in a relationship. So I need you guys to clear that one. Should a boyfriend lead his girlfriend? Especially in our Christian folds, because you see, like probably a pastor is dating a normal member, and you will see her sending her all around. Just answer. Let's just answer the question, please. So we'll start from you, Fred.
That's very technical question. It says like, should a boyfriend
Lead
his girlfriend? Is it also can a husband lead his wife? Is that what you're talking about? I want to understand the question.
Lead is leadership now.
Leadership. My opinion, it actually depends. When you say leadership, it talks about decision making, right?
Yes.
But I think it has to be flexible. Why do I say so? Because there are certain issues or certain topics your partner may be more knowledgeable. Then I think if it comes to that topic, you leave that decision to your partner. Because leadership, it doesn't make you know it all. Certain things that you don't know, I think you should let the other partner decide on that topic. You know it, you should be flexible. If you say a man should take all the decisions, then I don't think, because there are certain things you don't know as a man or as a guy, you should let your partner take the other decision. That's why I should be flexible. You should be flexible. That is what I think. If I'm in a relationship, I don't think I want to take all the decisions because you don't know everything. You don't know everything. Because she might be knowledgeable in other fields. I think you let her take the lead in that field. That's what I think. That's my personal opinion.
Okay, so let's hear from Edith.
Okay, from what I understand, I'm going to take from the Bible. The Bible said, wives, submit to your husbands. They did not say girlfriend to your boyfriend. You're in that relationship, it's nothing is settled yet. I believe the person can, a girlfriend, like a man, respect, reverence, and all that. As a lady, you respect the man, that's what he demands and all that. But when it comes to leading, life changing matters, things that no, I don't think the guy should be boyfriend should lead the girlfriend. I mean, as the name implies, I don't know, it's not I used to have that issue with somebody before. I mean, and he would say this whole I told you to do this thing as I've said, and you know, don't you have you not seen when wives or when you're hearing yourself, wives, I'm not your wife. I'm not your wife. So that whole you cannot impose it on me. You're still I can break up with you today. Anything can change, it's still subject to change. I think yes, I will respect the man definitely. It's not to say you can't tell me what to do, whatever. If it's a good advice, if something that works with me, yes, but you can it shouldn't be a controlling situation because you are the man, you want to. No, sir. I think it has to be you have to be my husband first of all to lead me.
Okay, so I think you're very right. Okay, so in a situation where you see the guy, he's telling the girl, quit your job. Like I've been in that situation. Like my boyfriend telling me to quit my job and come over to his side. Like he has not even paid my bride price. He's telling me quit your job and join me. It's not like you're giving me another job. So do you think I should have obeyed in that situation? Like he's a pastor for crying out loud. So what do you think?
No,
It's not
like
your husband,
no,
so
it's not.
I don't think you should.
But he's proposing marriage.
Well, it's a proposal.
Anything can change.
Anything can change. It's subject to change.
No, you shouldn't.
You submit to, I think, to your husband, not to your boyfriend. Like she said, that at that level, people are saying a boyfriend, not cross that, not cross to marriage, to church wedding or so. So I don't think at that level, for him to tell you to quit your job,
That's too life changing.
it's too life changing. What about he changes his mind that he's not marrying you again?
You get exactly. Yeah.
So I think these things we're not just answering them for fun. A lot of people are watching. A lot of people will still watch. So I think this thing, especially sisters, like we have this myopic mindset that we should live our lives dependent on a decision. Like I've seen a man changing. Like imagine if I had resigned my job. Because immediately, it wasn't 2 months after, and he said that the Lord did not tell him to marry me again. Like, do you understand? And the whole truth is that I love this person. I was willing to quit my job. Of course, I was willing to quit my job. That is the sport that men, like, especially when we're in Christian fold, there's just this thing about, because they have taught us submission, honor. So when you're still in a relationship, you just see the person boxing you, putting you in a box, and you become so like confused, because I call it confusion, because at that point I was so confused about what to do or what not to do. So if you're a single person watching out there, you have heard them say that when it comes to life-changing decisions, a boyfriend shouldn't be the one leading you. You should probably your mentor or God or your parents. What happened to your parents? But this kind of things now. When you are in love, the whole truth is that you can do anything for a guy. I don't understand. When you are in that situation, you can do anything for a guy. So our last question. I don't know if you have anything to share about that. You can still put it in the comments. A lot of people will read your comments and all. They will still learn from that. But just to buttress that point, a boyfriend doesn't have to lead you. A lot of you are in relationships where you are being, boxed, or you're being boxed to a corner, and you're being put down a lot by that guy. You're not meant to be in that situation. Just like she said, he is still your boyfriend. It is subject to change. You heard Fred say it. It is subject to anything can happen. Even if that person has given you a ring, you're not meant to die in that relationship. Okay, so we're going to answer the last question. Last but not the least question. Last but not the least question. So, and I'm going to ask Edith. So, should a boyfriend, what does God offer lonely singles? What does God offer lonely singles? That is a very particular question. So I want you to start. What does God offer lonely singles?
Okay, I think I will answer first of all by saying this. We've just been made to, we've been made to believe that we've been made to work with a particular status quo. You grow up, you go to school, after schooling, maybe get a job and find a husband, find someone that will marry you, and then life ends there. But I don't think that is so. Everybody, we are created to please God. We are created to fulfill a purpose God has given to us. The main purpose of our creation is not to get married. It's not I must find a husband. I think a lady was telling me this some time ago. She's a mature single, I think 35 or so. And I think I was asking her how she can be so at peace. You know, the way the pressure on the Nigerian, on African women, on women basically. If you're not married, something about it. So I asked her, if the man comes fine and good, nobody, it's a very good thing to be married, but it is not a do or die affair. If I've not seen that man, I have not seen him. So that, I think that hope is the hope God offers us as singles is that we fulfill our, I don't know, it's, how do I put it? The fact that you get to fulfill yourself, you get to fulfill purpose, to me that is the most important thing. That if you are not married by 25, 26, 27, 30, in fact it's over for us. That word lonely, even I'm not even comfortable with it. We should not even be lonely as singles. Your singlehood is the time to develop yourself, get busy, not to sit down and start, sulking and thinking, when is this man going to come for me and all that. Do other things what God has for you. The man will definitely come. That's what I think.
That's a very mind-blowing answer. I hope like a lot of single ladies are going to watch this, because I hear a lot of them saying, I'm 28, I'm not yet married. I'm 29, I'm not, and it's very frustrating. A lot of people have said, haven't you heard people saying, if God does not give me husband this year, I'll stop serving him. Like, have you heard things like that? I've heard a lot of people say, if God does not give me husband this year, I'm not getting married. I'm like, so your relationship with God, like husband and all that. So we're going to move on to Mr. Fred. So can you help us? What hope does God offer to lonely singles?
What
does God offer to lonely singles? Yes.
No, I must be very honest. When she was answering the question, I almost clapped for you. I almost clapped. Because I think he just hit the nail on the head. In my opinion, if you are a single brother or you are a single sister, especially for women, I think in this part of the world, there's a lot of pressure on women that is as if women were created for marriage. I don't know, but there's a lot of pressure, go to school, come outside, and go and get married. I don't think the pressure. For me, I think if you're a single person, that's the opportunity for you to discover yourself. Life isn't just about marriage. Marriage is good, yes, but it's not just about marriage. Because a lot of people, they have the wrong ideology about marriage. Some single lady will just sit down. They just want a man to come and marry them. They think that will solve all their problems. I think marriage is much more than that. If you're a single person, that's an opportunity for you to discover yourself, maximize your potentials. Go and learn a trade, develop yourself, discover your God's purpose for your life. I think if you do that, it will even be better for you. It's not a lot of pressure. Just in society, a lot of pressure. Marriage is good, but it's not a do or die affair. So if you are 30 or you are 35, you're not married, it's not the end of the world. Develop yourself. So singlehood, both singles, the guy and the girl, if you are a single person, it's an opportunity for you to maximize yourself, discover your purpose, discover your destiny. It's not the end of the world. Even though you are a matured adult, it's not the end of the world. Discover yourself, develop yourself, so that you will be more attractive.
Yes.
That's my personal opinion.
Okay, somebody is saying, can we ask questions? Yes, of course, you can ask us questions. Why? That's why we're live and we are here answering your questions. We're in the hot seat answering your questions. Do you understand? Ask your questions. We are here, answer. This Winners Chapel okay, I think they do it at the end of every year. And one of my friends, she was telling me that her son husband, and I'm like, we discuss, because this is actually the last question, so we'll just be discussing and we'll wait for your question. So I feel like because the thing is, I don't know, but I just have this passion to tell single ladies that it's like just be fulfilling purpose, the man will come. And it's just something about when you're fulfilling purpose, a man finds you more attractive. Yes. And men know when you're waiting. Men know when you're waiting around for them. Do you understand? Yes. So okay, I think this person okay, so we have a question and Edie to answer. I was okay, Mr. Fred will answer, but Edie to first of all answer. So this person said, what are the best ways of letting go of someone you still love but the relationship is over? Edie, answer us.
What are the best ones?
Okay, what are the best ways of letting go of someone you still love but the relationship is over?
Wow. Best ways of letting go. I don't know. I okay. I think that's when you need people more. That's when I hear people say, when I was going through that breakup, my friends were there for me and all that. Get busy, because if you now stay, they say an idle man is the devil's workshop. It's also true in a situation like this, because you're alone, you're sulking, you're playing that Celine Dion music, you're
like my friend Anthony.
You're taking a bucket of ice. You're so moved to send him a message. So you're the one that is listening to me, and it's more pathetic, and the guy will be like, wow, thank God, I'm good riddance to bad rubbish. So I think that's when you get busy. Deliberately get busy. You find a friend or something, you guys should always talk. You have that and find something to do. I don't know, me, I have that super strength of moving on because of letting go. I feel like if you didn't work, then there's a reason. So I just console myself with that. If that doesn't work for you, I think you should get busy. Do deliberate things that take your mind off it. And then somehow you just find that solace, and that if you truly the relationship was not meant to be, you feel free. You just feel this liberty in your heart. To me, I think that's what I think.
Okay. So has it got like, so we should start.
That's right, please. Okay.
Okay, so I feel that, like just like you said, like you need to be around people, positive people that will talk you out of whatever it is that happened. And okay, the first one is just know that the relationship is over. Don't think that there will be a room for reconciliation or room for probably see, the whole truth is broken relationships are better than broken marriages. So if a relationship is broken, like, it's better for you, just let go. Just like she said, stop sulking, stop playing the Celine Dion music. Look for positive people to stay around you. Talk to people. Like, I'll give an example, a quick one. Like, I was friends with this person, and he was already moved. Like, he told me that if you listen to my last video, you hear that story. I shared it on my YouTube channel. I said he was in Bielsa this week, and his wedding was already scheduled for next week. Now, when I heard that story, like, it was so painful, but my pastor told me something: just get up, go to Crunchies, buy yourself a meal. I think I'll stop it there. My heart, it has been broken a lot of times, It's afraid of all the house, but we know. we know. Do you understand? So, ask your question. Okay, you are saying we're having network issues, but it has been resolved. Our DOP is there, you have resolved it. They understand. So I don't know if you didn't get these questions. If you replay it, you will hear our advice, and I hope it works for you, because it has worked for us. I know that she's telling you that because she has gone through one. Yes, we are telling you life things, like real life things. We're not just answering your questions generally, because I believe in telling you what I've gone through, so that it will help you shape your own like when you're going through stuff like that. So we're going to like I'm just going to give each and every one of us just 5 minutes. Can you tell me what you feel about with the current rate of divorce, like the divorce rate? Can you tell me, are you still encouraged to get married? Like I've seen a lot of people that will tell me, this current rate, I don't want to get married. Like me and marriage, like we are like this. I just want to be a single mom. So I just want you in 5 minutes. Can you tell me what do you think about marriage? With the recent rate of divorce, with the recent rate of backstabbing. I just heard a story yesterday of a man who killed his wife because of one excuse or the other. So can you help us, Miss Edith?
Oh, I really thought it was great.
The ladies first.
Yeah,
So 5 minutes.
oh, ladies first. Yeah, you're right.
Okay. I'm still encouraged. I believe as a person, I'm still encouraged to get married. I look forward to it because just because somebody has a failed marriage does not mean mine is going to be like that. There are still reasonable people out there. There are still godly people out there. People that still think that there's no room for divorce and divorce is not an option. So I'm very much encouraged, and if we now, somebody told me something some time ago, if you go searching for these divorce rates for this, if you go searching for them at so time 2010, we counted how many thousand divorce you have heart attack. So just focus on the positives. People have had successful marriages. My pastor's marriage is successful. My parents' marriage is so. Even if your parents are, your parents are not, their marriage is, nothing to write home about. It's not the end. Yours can be better. You can rewrite your story. You can do something. You can make the difference. So it's not to now say, that whole ideology of, I've also seen people that will say they just want to be single moms and all that, blah, 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 blah. It's not right. It's not a right mindset. It's not a right mindset. Something happens to my sister would always say, she's married. She say there's something happens to you when you get married. There is a change, there's a switch, society looks at you differently, and there's a lot of adjustment. So there is great pride in getting married. So don't let
They should be encouraged to get married, right?
Yeah.
I think they should, because despite the fact that so many divorce rates are increasing, but there are still successful marriages. So I think single people, when you know the time is right, you should get married. But just follow principle. Don't marry at God. God will guide you. For marriage is God ordained. In as much as I said that you don't be pressured, but God, marriage is God ordained. So don't marry for pressure. Put God first. Put God first. Get close to God. And finally, if you're not giving your life to Christ, I advise you give your life to Jesus Christ. That's the first part. Because marry godly man. Give your life to Jesus Christ. Thank you.
Wow. That's a very nice one. Like a quick one. Do you notice that men are not perturbed about their age when it comes to marriage?
Yeah.
So what's the problem? I don't understand.
I think it's because women I think it's the way women are wired. They want this whole emotional, I think they're moved by feelings, love. I want that perfect person for me. But a man, he wants to have it all. It's even, I've even seen a guy, even as a Christian, that temptation of, so if I marry like this, just this one woman. That thing is there, but a lady doesn't really see it like that. It's just she wants that commitment. Women are more drawn to commitment and all that, so it's easy for a woman to go into a committed relationship. But a guy, it's somehow it's hard. My brother would say it's better to marry, his philosophy. He would say it's better to marry late and marry right than to marry early and marry wrong.
Wow.
I keep thinking about it. I'm like, and his age is big, but he's not moved. Because I don't know, because of this philosophy he's having, and somehow they are liberal about this whole thing. It's women that are all want to marry. I don't know.
Like, okay, so this thing he said, like, okay, yesterday when I was having this discussion with Anthony, and I was asking him, like, what's your priority in life? He's like, to make money now. I'm like every man, like, that's their priority, like, to make money. I'm like, but if you ask a woman, it's always different.
Yes.
Like, it's always about, I mean, life is still different. But I think we should also be like that. Our priority should be to make money too. Is it bad?
It's not bad.
I think. Do you want me to answer? Well, you know, there was when we had a meeting in Domino City. There, our P said something. We have to balance it. You know, a woman, the older you get, you know, for women, their biological clock is ticking. So if you can, is in fact for both, not just, but normally they don't do as society. If you can, it's better you marry early. If you can. For a man, if you can, it's better you marry early. If you have the resources, if you have the emotional maturity and everything, it's better you marry early. For both sexes. But just that society, you know, this African society, a lot of pressure on women and women, they are the way they are wired. But what I would say to balance is, if you can, it's better you get married. If you can, it's better you marry early. For both sexes, whether you are a man or a woman.
Okay. Okay, so it's been a nice time chatting with the both of them. Like, I enjoyed every bit of this section. You know, I know we have I'm checking my phone. We are having network issues, but this is not just the last of it. If you ask me any questions, I bet you I'm going to call them and ask them. Like, do you understand? Don't be worried. You understand? Like, even if you couldn't ask questions in this live section, don't bother yourself. You can still ask me on my page, my comments. You can DM me and ask me a lot of questions. If you listen to them, they are sound about these things. I believe, just like they said, you know, we ask questions about mentorship. If a person has gone through a particular road, it's better you follow that person. A boss that has never passed a particular road, if you want to pass through that particular road, you will keep entering into gallops, hiccups, you even spoil your vehicle. So as we are bringing this thing your way, we have you at heart. We want you to make the right choice. The end is near. You don't need to be in a relationship. You stay there for a long time because you're still trying to realize whether, if you have these questions or there's things that are still touching you in your heart, I bet you we're not ending the relationship series, but we need to move on to the next thing. Like, I'm wrapping up everything about relationship, situationship. It's still going to come, but not now. But if you have questions, you can just keep asking me the questions. I'm going to holler at them. They are going to give you their sound opinion about whatever it is. I chose the best. I'm telling you, I cannot choose anyhow. I chose the best. Like, I chose the best. Just bet me, I chose the best. Do you understand? So we're going to come to the end. We have come to the end of this live show. Thank you very much. Like, I'm thanking them for bringing out their time. Thank Mr. Fred. He's a very busy person. Edith has something to do. She's a very busy person. But they took time, like, they honored my invitation. I'm so grateful to the both of them. Like, I'm so grateful to both of them. So I'm so grateful, like, to share this time with me on this channel, to teach you guys this new thing. I'm seeing my screen now. I'm getting to 1,082 people. Like, I'm so happy. So I'm also thanking all of you. I know all of you are not online, but I'm thanking you guys for, because I know you're going to watch this, for going to watch and going to comment. God bless you. Thank you. I love you all.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Adora. Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Adora Ogechubu. So today we're going to be wrapping up our relationship series by answering all your smashing questions. Now, a lot of you have been asking wonderful questions, and I brought two wonderful individuals to answer all those your questions.
See, can you dim it a little bit? Dim the light small.
Okay.
Dim it so small. Because it's appearing too color too much.
Yes.
Like color TV we get start color.
Yes, like
Your this thing on the
the
color.
graphic is bright, but it's
Too much.
It's a thick color.
Exactly.
Fred, go look at now. Me see.
Better. Come and see. I want to open on better.
This one is perfect.
Perfect.
But this thing,
What?
it has a fake color. I don't know if because of that one. Because this is the original color. You see the way this one is.
Okay.
I think it's because of that. You know, the shadow is coming here. The light is coming directly to this blue. But there has a perfect.
But this one is. No, come on. This don't shine here. Come on, what is it?
Maybe you like before. Let me not be showing.
Wait, do it here before. I think this is better. What is it? Better than that first one. This is better. Oh, yeah. 1, 2, 3, go.
As if yeah.
Director Fred. Say go just.
Wait, now press. They didn't press play now.
It's playing. It's they read the play.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Adora Ogechiku. So today we're going to be answering some of your smashing questions. So like seriously, it's okay now.
Okay, I should be going.
I'm not saying you should be going. Thank you for the correction.
Light. Don't go, come back for this side.
Let me see. Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Adora. Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Adora Ogechiku. So today we're going to be wrapping up our relationship series by answering all your smashing questions. Now, a lot of you have been asking wonderful questions, and I brought 2 wonderful individuals to answer all those your questions.
See, can you dim it a little bit? Dim the light small.
Okay.
Dim it so small.
Like, can't you raise it up?
Because it's appearing color too much.
Yes.
Like color TV we get start color.
Yes, like
Your this thing on the
the
color.
graphic is bright, but it's
Too much.
It's a thick color.
Exactly.
Fred, go look at now. Me see.
Better. Come and see. I want to open on better.
This one is perfect. But this thing,
What?
it has a fake color. I don't know if because of that one. Because this is the original color. You see the way this one is.
Okay.
I think it's because of that. You know, the shadow is coming here. The light is coming directly to this blue. But there has a perfect.
But this one is. No, come on. This don't shine here. Come on, what is it?
Maybe you like before. Let me not be showing.
Wait, do it here before. I think this is better. What is it? Better than that first one. This is better. Oh, yeah. 1, 2, 3, go.
As if yeah.
Director Fred. Say go just.
Wait, now press. They didn't press play now.
It's playing. It's they read the play.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Adora Ogechiku. So today we're going to be answering some of your smashing questions. So like seriously, it's okay now.
Okay, I should be going.
I'm not saying you should be going. Thank you for the correction.
Light. Don't go, come back for this side.
Let me see.